So you want to get really good at 3D or basically anything else, but you don't get any results, you don't know how to learn, you waste your time all the time, then this video will show you exactly how to learn efficiently, how to get results, how to practice, and how to get better than anybody else. And the following lesson is just one module out of my new free surface modeling introduction course for beginners. And this course covers all the basics and fundamentals, ensuring you excel in surface modeling. Starting with explaining NURBS and CAD, you will dive into the key principles of continuity and tangency. Through hands-on exercises, you will master surface modeling techniques by modeling objects like a shampoo bottle and cylinder connections. Additionally, you will get mindset training to tackle complex projects and solve common problems like smoothing surfaces and working with lofts. And as a grand final, there's a special section on how to model a product design from scratch with all the learnings. So enroll in this free course today and start your journey in surface modeling with Plasticity. So check out the first link in the description box next to the video, and now let's dive into this tutorial. What practice actually means, how to now actually do that. Right? Again, a quote: practice makes perfect. After a long time of practicing, your work will become natural, skillful, swift, and steady. And just one disclaimer. So honestly, like very honestly, guys, I was, again, this is what I was just talking all the time. It was so painful, and I was so extremely afraid of sharing you this whole mindset section, and especially what I will share with you now, and all of those other tips, and that it's not about some specific magic pill. So I also can't sell you and promote my courses, or this is the magic pill, just do that, and then you just magically will be able to do XYZ. So I mean, if you do that, then you can do that, but you understand. But so I was extremely afraid of sharing all this. And I literally struggled like hours. Should I do this? Shouldn't I? I started to record, then I stopped it. Because honestly, my fear was that people won't buy my courses anymore. And I'm pretty sure that some people, because of that knowledge which I'm just share you now here for free, some people, I don't know, will maybe not buy my courses anymore, because my courses are extremely helpful and they can save you massive amount of time and you get everything in a condensed way. And maybe you just need one course in the beginning or so to keep you going and stuff, but you don't really rely on that with what I will share with you, right? So that's like actually a fear, honestly, of me. But I will show you in a second why I'm still doing that. Also, I'm just afraid. So I know that most of the people don't watch anymore, but that I will scare away people from mastery. So everything what I told and what I will tell now, that just I will people scare away, or it's not just watching some tutorials and they can create professional 3D models. No, it's absolutely not the easy, quick way possible. There are no shortcuts. So again, I will damage my business naturally, because people will maybe like not do that anymore. And so my biggest fear of all, so I'm still asking all the time myself, so why am I doing this? So because most of the people, I know it, will not watch till this point. They will just skip this whole section. And I'm just talking to myself right now. And again, so like this whole course, I don't know if it's sharing the camera, this whole course that I'm doing here is completely first made on the iPad, right? So every module, so here I'm marking, so what I did already and what not. Do you actually see this? So yeah, you know, that's so much work. Like here, the focus part, the fundamentals part, now the practice part, and how much stuff that is. And it took me 1 week every day, painful work. And even not most of the people don't even watch this. So why I'm doing this? Because again, we have me right now, And I have my goal and my mission to help people master high quality 3D modeling in plasticity with the best educational content on the internet. Again, it's not just tutorials, it's educational content. What you're watching right now, hopefully. And it's painful, and I was asking today again myself, woke up, I don't want to do this. Why? It's so painful. I will not get paid for that. But then again, my philosophy of business, if I serve the customer, if it's good for the customer, then it's good for me. And I achieve my goal and my mission, which is always my North Star. So I just have to do it because I serve you, hopefully. I help you. I fulfill my goal. At some point, maybe later, maybe you want then buy later a course to support or just to learn to save yourself a massive amount of times. Or in any other way, the money which I need for living right will come back, because I believe in Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if I put a lot of action, a lot of pain and effort into the universe, I know it's just physical. It's my philosophy. I don't know if you think about it or not, but if I put out the energy, it will come back in some way or form or shape in some indefinite time. So I just trust in that. And I also, this is my philosophy in business, I first have to deliver value to get the money, right? Because most of the people now, so this is also what Henry Ford talks about, that he didn't understand back then, so it's still, most businesses, they want to make money without delivering any value, or they just want money up front, and then they deliver just value just for the sake of delivering, but not delivering the best. And Henry Ford, Jeff Bezos, Google, so Sergey Brin, and all the big people, they first deliver the value, deliver the best product, serve the customer, and then they will be paid for that. So this is my whole approach, my whole business, and I learn from people like Jeff Bezos, Henry Ford, and all of those other people. And yeah, so that's why I'm doing that. So how to actually learn, practice, and improve, guys? Again, what doing the most people wrong? And I can imagine that I get some hate for that, or some people will, I don't know, just maybe some hate, I don't know how to call it. But most of the people, or a lot, they watch those 50-second tutorials or just quick time lapses, or yeah, especially in plasticity, they watch those specific 50-second tutorials, those basic exercises, which are over 1 year, exactly the same quality, no progress, and no one really learns something out of that. And why they are doing that, it's because they get an easy, fast accomplishment. So they get the result in 50 seconds. So it's the same as why everyone is using social media, because they post something, get a few likes, they get instant feedback, and they think, oh, this is good, or I produced something. And yeah, that's absolutely not truth, that we will learn in a second. Or most people just watch tutorials. So I know, even if you are watching right now, do you have actually like an iPad or a notebook or some piece of paper and a pen, and do you make some notes, or do you just watch it? Because I can just tell you, like it or not, if you just have watched this whole course for now, in 2 days you forgot everything, you will continue with absolute your normal life that you had before, and you will not get other results. So you have to implement, so you make notes at least, or when you watch a tutorial, don't just watch it, but follow exactly along and do some other stuff that we will discuss. So again, so the worst thing that you can do is if you just watch a tutorial, because I know a lot of people, they said, oh yeah, I just watched the tutorial in my coffee break or in my lunch break and I learned something from them. So when I read something like that, then yeah, I don't know. Then people also, they just follow tutorials. So they watch, 50 tutorials, right? Or they buy all of my courses and they do what I tell them, but they only do that. But that's also not the right way. This is already a million times better than just watching, but it's still not optimal. And again, so there are people in my community, they bought literally every course from me and they went through the courses and they post their results, but it's the only thing that they are doing. That will not work. So why people do all those things? It's because easy. But no one will accomplish anything great this way. Just if you are in those people who watch those specific 30 or 50 seconds tutorials. So maybe you're doing that already for half a year, but really critically without that you feel offended, because this is also a big thing in the 3D industry. When I say something direct, that they're instantly offended, but different story. Did you really accomplish something? Did you really grow your skill set? Because I see people in my community, they are like 7-8 months ago, they joined, and I just looked some posts that they literally did 8 months ago, 9 months ago, 6 months ago, and I look at the posts which they are doing right now. There's literally, I can just say that because just that's the fact, there's zero progress. Why? Because I see they just watch those basic tutorials. The same for the Discord group. Most of the people don't have any progress because they do just that easy things. They just watch those basic tutorials. They don't practice. They just watch tutorials, but you will never achieve anything great this way. So how to do it? Most important. So I can't stress that enough. This is, all of those points now, those are like just the most important. If you follow them, you will get results. Find the best ones to learn from them. So I'm not doing this whole presentation to position myself as the best and stuff. So right now at Plasticity, in like actually teaching, not just showing or time-lapse, I'm the best, right? So this is my goal. And I want to keep up with that. But of course, I will not do it for all of my life, right? Or maybe someone will come up in 1 to 5 years and they will be better. Then learn from them, right? Or just in general, it's not about right now surface modeling or we have to learn from Plasticity. If you want to learn business, right? So as I told you a little bit before, I don't learn from people who make less than me. I don't even listen to them. I don't even look at what they are doing. I don't learn from people who make $200,000 per year. I learn from Henry Ford by reading his biography, his business advice. I learn from Jeff Bezos, right? So a guy from Amazon, his shareholder letters from every year, and I learn from them. The same for many other instances. I learn from the absolute best of the best of the best, the absolute masters, right? Because they know how to do that. So I want to learn from them. And most of the things that they teach, they are very basic. And I just want to learn the basics. The same for freelance. If you want to start a freelance career, don't learn from someone who makes $500 on Fiverr. Find someone who has maybe written a book or has some amazing courses or YouTube channel who truly can show you results. So as I showed you in the beginning, results, right? So that he knows what he talks about. Learn from them. Or if you want to learn surface modeling, right as of today, I think a pretty good option. If you find other people, then learn from them. If there is also some other people who just make some time lapse without explaining, like very advanced stuff. If you can learn from them, then do it. If you find it helpful, but don't. This is what I'm seeing all the time. Or people, they post on the Discord groups or some absolute basic stuff, right? And then people give likes, and people say, "Oh, that's amazing and that's awesome," even though it's absolutely not amazing or not awesome, and they think then because other people who also don't know anything, if they say that's good, then they think that's good. And this is the biggest thing that I see. And So that's why I don't have Instagram. I don't post just my stuff that I'm practice, because I don't want like people saying, "Oh, that's good, that's cool," and likes and all that stuff. I want to give people results. Watch my tutorials, follow them, go through my courses, implement what I teach you, practice on your own personal projects, and make awesome results. I don't need your likes. I don't need to say, I'm good or something, right? So yeah, find the best ones in any area of your life and learn from them. Then see if they have results. So what I started this whole course where I just showed you hundreds of tutorials, thousands of course sales, right? So it's kind of a proof that I really know what I'm talking about, that I'm teaching you. Because a lot of people, they just talk but don't show. And also look for those people when you find them, if they produce results for other people. So that's why I have those review categories where you can see like the real actual hundreds of reviews on my Gumroad, right? So nothing is fake. All of those people are in my community, right? And look if these people actually produce results for other people. And if they, so that complements everything, if they just really know what they're talking about, and if they just talk, or do they show and deliver? Because a lot of, oh man, so this is a completely different topic. I don't know, it's just funny, but look, so when I'm doing tutorials, right, or courses, so my community, or general the plasticity community, is amazing. So there's very little hate, there's very little like negativity. So of course I got some hate and some weird comments I'm still getting, but sometimes, someone just comes and writes like a huge block of text, or you're doing this wrong and this, and here I have 40 years of experience, I'm the professional, or as a professional with 30 years of experience, right? They want to show me something what I did wrong. But then in the beginning, I just asked them, I wrote them an email, I wrote them a message when it was in my community. Hey, could I see your, thanks for your feedback. Could I see your portfolio or some kind of work that you're doing? And then most of them didn't reply anymore, or who do you think you are? And then there comes like, so I don't get results. But if someone works like 30 years in the industry and they think they know so much, but they can't show you anything, that's why, like, I don't just reply. So maybe you saw my YouTube. So all of my hate comments, I just don't reply. I just ignore them. Because if someone just says something, what someone is wrong, without actually helping them and explaining then a solution, it's just complaining. It's not more. When I really see someone does something wrong and I want to invest time and help him or something, then I explain what he does wrong, like as objectively as possible. But then I also give them a solution how it should be done, or I just show it then. So for example, I create then this particular thing, make some screenshots and show them, So this is good critique. I also get this in emails and messages, and with those people I interact. But most of those haters, so I don't care about haters at all. I just ignore them. But that's the whole point. So once we have covered that, so once you found someone from who you want to learn from, because you just need in the beginning at least to start, get some knowledge, to learn the basics from someone, right? Do that through free tutorials, paid courses, as you like. So just to make the distinguishing, because for some people tutorials are courses, courses are tutorials. Just for me, tutorials are more of a short form video, which is mostly free, and the courses, so what is this also, or my other paid courses, is something very in depth, very in detail, where there's a lot of thought, energy and work put in, and where like a complex topic is simplified, so you as a customer, you as a student has it as easy as possible and you can get as fast as possible results. This is for me courses, and tutorials, this is just free content, which is can't go, of course, that deep. So start learning the basics with those things. Then after you watch the tutorial or course, recreate it again on your own. I know, again, it's not exciting, it's boring, but if you learned, I don't know, how to create headphones in a tutorial and you followed along, afterwards you just have to do it, start a new project, and do it again on your own. You have to implement that on your own. You have to put all of those techniques and workflows into your muscle memory, into your consciousness. So you have to recreate it again, always. Then afterwards, even better, so especially if you watch a course, if you invest some money, but you get the highest quality, hopefully, teaching, education, learnings from it, recreate it on your own, and then create something very similar. So this is what I say in every one of my courses. You have to recreate and afterwards something very similar. So if you learn, for example, like how to create those Sony headphones, recreate them on your own. And the next project is how to recreate Apple headphones, which are very similar. A little bit different, but similar. So just some examples of my actual students who did exactly those 3 steps, and that's basically it. So for example, Thomas Ho, or Ho, I don't know how to explain it. He bought my surface modeling helmet course, and he did the helmet itself. So I didn't include that because I wanted to include his personal project, which is absolutely amazing. And then he started to create something very similar. So as you see, so those details, they are very similar to my details here that I teach in the course. And the form is very similar. And yeah, it's again just the helmet, just a little bit more of a concept. And look at his results. It's so amazing because he exactly did the same. So he bought this course in this example. After the course, he recreated the helmet from the course, and then he implemented the knowledge on his own, and look at his results. And I'm pretty sure right now, wherever he is, he creates absolutely amazing work. Or Rob Switch. So just recently, he posted this in our community. And by the way, I just love it so much when people just post their results, write me an email, write it in the community. So I just see that I don't just waste my time, but that I truly help people, get them results. You know, I know a lot of people just don't post, and that's fine. But if someone does that, that's just amazing. That just motivates also me, you know. But what he wrote, he encountered a problem. And if you don't skipped, so about the goal, right? So he wrote, "Hi there community, would love your advice on starting points for this personal project I've been working on. I've given it quite a few attempts, but am never quite sure what the best correct method would be to achieve this. I've done the helmet course." So again, he says tutorial to a course, but I've done the helmet course, but I find the shapes on this are more complex, and just wondering what your approach might be. So again, he recreated the helmet, and then he wanted to try his own project. Amazing, Rob. And he encountered some problems because, again, when you try something on your own a little bit different, it is normal that it's a little bit challenging. So he asked for advice because he needed a little bit of help. That's why I built this community. And then I wrote him, "I would do the following in your situation. Go through the helmet course again, just to make it sure that he really went through it. Model a very similar full face helmet on your own." So something very similar to this. So it's a bike full face helmet. And just an additional tip, go through this video. So a little bit more of advanced, but without explanation, from this Küchmeister, where he models this iron mask. Because after taking my course, he will understand what's happening in the video. Right? So there's also a lot of people doing. They just buy my courses to learn from more advanced stuff, but to understand what they are doing without explanation, they first need the explanation, which I'm delivering. And then come back to your hell driver's helmet, and you should be able to do it with some focused thinking and work. So again, I just didn't tell him the solution. I want that people learn it for themselves. And what happened? Bam! Just a few days later, thank you for the encouragement. And he did it. And he just followed those steps, and he encountered a problem. He asked for help. I helped him because he's a customer and I want to help him, and we have an amazing community. And I knew that he does the right thing. So I wanted to help him because he bought really the course. I saw his results, but he just struggled. So I gave him the best advice I thought in the situation, and he implemented that. This is the biggest part. And he did this amazing results here completely on his own. Isn't that absolutely amazing and crazy? And this just shows that I'm not just talking, but it's actually real advice that gets you the results on your own. Right? So let's check another example. So Matthew took this also surface modeling course where I go over the power tools, those industrial design thing. And that was interesting, encountered some interesting challenges on this one. So what he's saying, I've encountered some interesting challenges. So he sees it the right way. Challenges are something good. It's interesting. You can learn something from them. Problems, mistakes, the same. It's good. Maybe it was in part because I tried to get a bit more adventurous with the details. Maybe it was just plasticity doing its own thing and all that kind of stuff, but it was fun. So again, he tried to push a little bit too hard what he wanted to do, but that's also good. Sometimes you just push a little bit too hard, but then you see, okay, it's for now, I can't go through that, right? But yeah, so he recreated exactly the same. So as I said, recreate exactly what I'm telling you from the course. So you saw it, he just rendered that differently. And bam, so this was his recreation. And a few days later, he posted the implementation. So he posted this render. First of all, when he posted that image, I thought it's a photo or something. But it was a render. Look how photorealistic this is. And look, he created his own power drills. They look very, very similar, but just a little bit different. But I'm pretty sure that he learned so much. But look at his quality. It's amazing. It's like this whole render, this whole modeling. Look, you don't have any issues. It's just absolutely beautiful. And man, so if you're watching Matthew, just big respect. So you see like what happens with me. So how excited I am when I can talk about that kind of student results. Or let's check another one. So Dave Mills, so he also took, I think, almost every course from me. Also, again, he took this power drills. So I have just completed an impact wrench after the course. And what I learned is I still have a lot to learn. Sure, of course. There's always something to learn. This was so difficult, but I used everything I learned in the course. So it was 100% worthwhile. And then also in the next post, he also posted how he implemented the knowledge to create something different and just to challenge himself. So those were his results. So here at the left, he created his own power drill, which is very different, but he learned so much doing that, I'm sure. And then he created this hammer or something, how that's called. And look at this beautiful form. And again, it's just that he implements the learning and does something on his own, right? And you see, if you learn, so this is what in my courses. So when you buy, for example, a helmet course or a motorcycle course or this power drill course, so it doesn't mean you can afterwards only create helmets and motorcycles, right? So it's just, I'm showing you that here exactly because this is exactly this instruction, but you can create almost any project afterwards because again, I teach you the main basic fundamental techniques, workflows, and tools that you can implement then in your own ways. So let's get back. And yeah, so those are basically the most 3 important steps. And after you do them, you will just get comfortable with plasticity, with modeling, how to break down the complex projects into simple ones. And then you can move to the next stage. So again, if you're an absolute level 0 beginner, you don't start with the car course. right? So you just go through the Apple Watch, then you do some simple products, then you go to some other bundles. So I'm just telling about my paid product because I just know exactly which results they get because I always interact with the people. But then you start surface modeling. So you buy maybe an introduction course or you do some YouTube tutorials. So if you want to spend just much more time and you have the time, so you watch some tutorials and then you learn. And then at some point you want to do something a little bit more complex, some power drills, like a motorcycle, vehicle, car. And then you see again, I have to learn first, like the basic techniques, how to tackle a car and stuff. And then you buy a course or you go through some free tutorials or you just ask someone or something. So it's always, you get to the stage, you get comfortable and you get to the next one and then you stay a little bit at that and then you want to grow and then you get to the next stage and it's like step by step. And again, to move to the next stage, find again the best resources, mentors, people. I mean, you can do it absolutely on your own, but it just takes much, much more time. And I don't know what about you, but in the 21st century, we all have so much stuff to do. So when I learn to something, I learn from the best. I pay them. If I have a specific question, I pay because I pay, I don't know, $100, $200 just for 10 minutes of some people advice. But this 10 minutes will be exactly what I need, kind of, you know. And otherwise, I would have to spend like a week to figure out all of those different questions that I have. Yeah, if that makes sense. And again, so if you have time, tutorials, if you want to invest in your skills. So again, if you buy courses, so I mean, I'm not talking just right now about my courses, other areas of your life. It's not an expense. A lot of people think when they buy a course, when they buy some training, when they buy a new software, when they buy a new laptop, it's an expense, but it's not. It's an investment to get better, to get faster results, to improve, to learn from someone who did this already exactly what you want to do. So a lot of people just have a very wrong mindset when it comes to spending money, but it's not spending. It's everything is an investment, in my opinion. And again, practice and repeat everything. Along that way, this is absolutely normal. You will encounter situations when it's hard, when you feel unmotivated, when it's very challenging. So what to do when those things happen? First of all, always try to fix it yourself. Search for the solution, really try it. Because it's the best way to learn, by try to do it on your own, just to learn like problem solving. So I mean, not if you want to learn like rendering or modeling, just don't start randomly learn it on your own. Try something out. You have to search tutorials, YouTube, right? But for example, you create some specific project, right? And you just encounter some problems. So the patch doesn't work. So what to do then? Then of course, don't buy right away like a course, but go through some websites, or even before that, try different ways to solve it. Delete it, go a few steps back and just try it again. You know, just try to fix it on yourself. Then if it's not working, do exactly what I showed you in those previous examples. Ask for feedback and help. That's why I've created this community, because obviously I can't reply to everyone, right? Because I have a big audience. You see, I do a lot of work. So I read everything, but I just can't help everything. When I have time, of course, in the community I help, but we have an amazing community, so everyone helps everyone. But ask for feedback and for help, how this one person did. And he always will get help, either if it's from me or from other people. Or get the resources. So again, you maybe right now, just in this example, you have been doing solid modeling, some basic stuff, watching 50 seconds tutorials. But now you see, there's much more, and I want to learn surface modeling. Go through that course, right? And in the next exercise, and then maybe invest in a course or watch some other tutorials and just get some additional resources. And yeah, But what to do when it's hard, unmotivated, and challenging? What is much more important? So now comes the absolute number one advice. So not just surface modeling and plasticity. I don't know. Basically, my advice to basically any questions that someone would ask me. Never quit, never give up. This is the number one thing. So if you don't give up, if you don't quit, you can't lose. You have to understand that, because it will be always struggling. It will be always problematic. So I also told you about my struggles, right? But I have goals, and that's why goals are so important. But you never quit, never give up. For some people, they get fast to their goal. Some people just needs a little bit longer, right? So also for me, I started business 3-4 years ago, and I'm still not by far super successful or something, or I didn't reach my big goals and stuff, right? But that's normal. Just don't give up when you learn surface modeling and it gets complex and it's boring and it's frustrating. Just don't quit. It's supposed to be hard. So otherwise, everyone would be the best. Just think about that. So if it wouldn't be hard, then everyone would be the best. There wouldn't be any courses. There wouldn't be unsuccessful people and successful people, people without results and results. There is this split between, so you get at the point, as I showed you with the goal when you go to New York, kind of, right? So then there will be the split. It will get hard. And some people just go back to where they have been because it's painful and they can't push through and they just give up. But other people just push through, and those people will achieve their goals. They will get results. And it's supposed to be hard. There has to be in the universe something that differentiates success or unsuccessful results and not getting results, right? And always remember when it gets hard, that 95% of people quit at this point, but you push through. But this is maybe, so I think also the thing, that it's amazing to be good at something, but to be good at something, other people have to be bad at something. That's just natural. And maybe you want something, maybe you want a job in the industry, maybe you want to make money as a freelancer, right? But again, you are then this person who actually achieved it. Why? Because you pushed through and you got to that pinnacle, whereas 99% of the people quitted. But at the end, it's always worth it because you become stronger. Your pain tolerance grows. So again, as I told you in the beginning, if you will encounter problems in surface modeling and you will solve them, you will also solve other problems in your life, right? And you just become a better person, and it just feels good. You get more money, you have more freedom, you have more time, you have an amazing portfolio. It's just fun. You build your business or whatever it is, right? And the most important thing, again, you just learn how to solve problems. And so if you are still watching, so I have not ended yet, so don't click away. So if you are still watching, then I have to tell you even thank you, because this is what actually really fulfills me, that when people want to get better, want to learn, and they listen to someone. So I'm not telling here I'm the best and I know everything. Of course not. I'm still very at the beginning. But so thank you. And you could help me if you have half of a minute. Let me just know below this video, you will find a link and you can give me feedback and just take 1 or 2 minutes to give some feedback, not just this mindset part, also the parts before. Is there something you didn't understand? Do you want to learn something more? Could I improve something? Or the second link, or there will be something that you can write me an official review that I can again show on my review page. So if you could do that, that will literally take you 1 or 2 minutes. That would be extremely helpful for me and other people, hopefully, that then they can watch this mindset part, right? because maybe they just think, oh, it's useless. But if someone writes, oh, that really helped them, and or I don't know what you want to write, then hopefully they will also see that, because this will just help more people. All right, so yeah, let's continue with our course and get to our practice. And yeah, if someone is still watching, that's absolutely amazing. So you will achieve a lot. I can guarantee you that, because you had this, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 hours, how long that took to go through this. So you really want it, you really mean it, you find it interesting. And maybe, I don't know, I opened you some new perspective or something. But yeah, anyway, I really enjoyed that. I hope you too. So let's continue and see you in the next module. And if you found that lesson helpful and you want to learn more about surface modeling, check out my free course with over 40 modules explaining everything about surface modeling that you need as a beginner. So sign up today with the first link in the description box next to the video, and I hope I can see you in there. Have a nice day. Bye.